I'm pleased to be joined on Not the Andrew Marr Show by Carolina Gratterol, who is back in London.
Yes, yes, they want me. They still want me here.
Having been in Venezuela since August the 20-something?
23rd, yes.
23rd.
This second trip was on the 23rd.
So now a lot's been going on since we spoke last.
Last Friday, I think it was last week, the government caught about 400 rifles and machines and war machines and got at the moment 3 North American citizens detained. One of them is a Navy SEAL, which is someone, Wilber, he's called Wilber something Castañeda, and he's a guy who is a top guy in the CIA. He's already being kind of acknowledged by the United States who he is. And now United States is saying, well, he was on holiday and he just went because of love. This is the story that the White House is telling Venezuela. I believe.
So there's a guy. So they found all these weapons, and this man who's like a top operative of the army in Venezuela with all these weapons around.
The problem was that he wasn't in Morocco like I was. I didn't see him in the beaches. He wasn't really doing any tourism, actually, because his phone, his telephone is telling another story. And through the phone and the connections and the people that he had, they have also detained a number of Venezuelans, one Czech citizen who is also a mercenary. He's trained in urban warfare. He knows everything about explosive, mixed armed combat. He's been in Afghanistan 6 months. His CV reads like incredible. He was in Iraq in last year. I don't know when, 2022, for 6 months as well.
That was on holiday. That was a holiday again, wasn't it? On the beach in Iraq and maybe in Afghanistan. He was having a look around, doing some mountaineering.
6 months. Yeah.
He doesn't. He sounds a bit like James Bond of the United States.
Indeed. He's like a Rambo guy, you know. Oh, Rambo, but the thing is, we think about Rambo, but hang on a second. What the plan was, basically, for months they were sending all these arms and weapons put apart, and they put them in boxes. Some of them were delivered legally to Venezuela, arriving legally in boxes of dog food. So they would come, and the thing is, because they took them by surprise and took all the video of the mobile phones, there's a lot of videos of them filming themselves, taking the weapons from these bags of dog food. Others arrived through a company that actually specialized in making replicas, you know, like copies of very dangerous arms. Among the weapons that they seized, the government seized, there's about, I don't know how many, but there are a number of weapons that are just made for the Army of the United States. They are forbidden to be sold in any other context. It's completely forbidden. They found a video of somebody from the FBI seeing how the arms, the weapons were packed in the, I guess, in the ports where the boxes were made, and not doing anything. So obviously the FBI is involved in this. I wouldn't surprise me that the CIA is involved. And I'm looking at, my God, all these videos are real, that people explaining English, you know, putting it here, there. And this information hasn't been caught by anyone. And they are real evidence, you know. It's not like the government saying, we got this and we got that. They have even 2 Spanish Secret Service guys, are members of the Secret Service in Spain. And they were taken, again, Spanish is saying, oh, these 2 guys from Bilbao, they were just on holiday. But the problem is that the pictures they have in the mobile phones are from airports, electric plants, you know, not the pictures tourist really takes, on holiday. So at the moment, these 6, I'm talking about 3 Americans. One is a Navy SEAL. This Czech guy who is a mercenary, his pictures in his mobile doing his duty or his work. They even found in one of the mobile phones a WhatsApp group, which is a group of mercenaries that get, I guess, hired by the CIA to do these kind of operations. These operations are very normal for the CIA. That's what they do to overthrow a government. If they haven't been able to win with their candidate on the elections, they immediately have a second plan, which is, okay, so the guy we didn't want won, in this case, Nicolas Maduro. So how can we get rid of this guy? So they were going to attack the electrical grid. They were going to leave Venezuela in darkness with no electricity, no internet. And to be honest, since the international press doesn't really put more attention on what happened in Venezuela, it's pretty much like not having internet already. Because nothing, no information, even with proof, never information from Venezuela really gets, not even to Al Jazeera these days. I'm just really shocked. So what happens is they were planning to do that, destroy the electricity, turn down the whole electric grid. Also the water supply, create chaos. And there was a small commando, I guess, directed by the Navy SEAL, that was going to go and kill Maduro, President Maduro, the Vice President Delcy Rodriguez, and Diosdado Cabello, who is now the Minister of Home Office, minister at the moment. It's called Ministro de Paz y Justicia, Justicia y Paz. So and that
a proper attempt at a coup, effectively.
And
the way the media in the West are reporting it is that US citizens are detained in Venezuela. There's no kind of context, and they make out that it's an alleged that Venezuela's Maduro's alleging some sort of coup or attempt at assassination, as though it's all political, that they've said that he's doing that to save himself from,
of course, and then
political embarrassment. That he's trying to make up a story on it, which the bias in the media internationally is so ridiculous.
Maduro was negotiating with Biden since October last year. And during these negotiation months, the Americans tried to kill him about 5 times.
Oh.
So they foiled a couple of assassination attempts this year. Talking about freedom of expression and freedom and political freedom, Maduro was, there was a foil attempt to assassinate him in Maturin, which is an area in the east of the country, and luckily was foiled by people that in the crowd, I think they mentioned and they told other people, and it didn't happen, or the information got to the government. And then there was another incident where Maduro went to register his candidacy to the Electoral Council. There were 3 people armed that were going to pose a bloodbath. Just not, apparently they said, we were not planning to kill Maduro, we were just going to kill somebody around Maduro, just for these pictures to go around the world, Maduro register and 3 people dead. And maybe just said that Maduro kills them, I don't know. But the story was that people in the crowd saw them and immediately alerted the team, security team that Maduro has, and they got taken before. So
why would Maduro not be more repressive? I mean, when they're saying that he's being very repressive, this is the media over here in the West. You'd think, well, he'd have to be, if people keep trying to assassinate him, and they keep alleging that he's didn't win legally and all this stuff. He's been very tolerant, really, of people to accept that. I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, Keir Starmer won't even go in a football stadium unless he's got special seats. So it's the double standards are ridiculous.
But also Maduro has this team of people are carrying these big protection sheets that they immediately spring to, you know, when the drone attack happened in 2008 and 19, 2018, there was a drone
attack on him.
2018, they protect him, but there were lots of injured people underneath the drone. The drone has a gun machine, and it was going to kill him.
Wow.
So that was in 2018. I was making my first documentary. Actually, it's mentioned in my first documentary, the whole thing. And because I had a cousin, I got like 400 cousins, and this cousin is a policeman. And he was in the east, in the west area of the country. He was called because they actually captured the 3 guys who put together the drone, and they were operating it. So he went to pick them up with a delegation, I don't know, no delegation, with a group of policemen, because he knew the way back to Caracas. So obviously being from the area. So he was assigned to the group of policemen and military, I guess, personnel, taking these guys back to Caracas. So it's really fascinating because you realize actually it is true. It's not that Maduro tried to kill. What did the press said? Maduro just tried to kill himself. That was the story. Maduro created this kind of thing just to that was the story, that he did it himself to himself and just trying to get some publicity.
I
know it's not true because my cousin was there and he told me, no, the guys were, it's true, you know.
The more you tell me about Venezuela, the more ridiculous it sounds when people accuse Maduro of being this or whatever, all the stuff they talk about him, and the attempts on Chavez as well. I mean, it's sort of gone on and on and on and on and on and on.
Ha llegado la hora de la recuperación económica y necesitamos